Live from the Stadium of Champions in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It's Christian Academy of Louisville football as it is a late night game here in Hopkinsville. Centurions get prepared to take on the Christian County Colonels. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Botello. And after hitting a few wrong buttons and a few correct buttons, we finally think we're on and hope people can find us. A late start. I know a lot of you were trying to get on earlier and we weren't on. Then we accidentally hit a streaming button and we were broadcasting the previous game. But now we are here. The previous game just got completed. A 27-22 win by Mayfield over Hopkinsville in a very good game. But we are back and ready to give you the Centurion game. It should be starting here in a while. And let me just start out all over, everybody. I'm Mike Botello, privileged to bring you tonight's play-by-play. It's been a little hectic here. And joined once again this week by Darren Long. And Darren, good to have you here. And before we start, we got to give kudos to Planet Fitness. Darren and I both work out at Planet Fitness, and it's the only way we made it up these 5,000 steps to get to the press box up here. It was quite a haul coming up here, but of course I gave Darren the heavier bag to carry, so it was tougher for him. But Darren, we're here. We're on. Hopefully people can find us and watch us. But a different experience down here, but it's going to be a fun. There's absolutely beautiful facilities down here.
It's absolutely incredible. It's a really neat stadium they've got here. It's a beautiful kind of state-of-the-art, huge press box. We're up nice and high, so hopefully you'll get a great camera view tonight. But this time of year, you get some of these jamborees, some of these tournaments, some of these bowl things, and that's kind of what happened tonight. So this field is actually shared by Hopkinsville and Christian County. And so at the beginning of the season, they play a back-to-back doubleheader, and that's what we got invited to come down to. So we just saw Hopkinsville and Mayfield play, which we're very familiar with Mayfield the last couple of years. Incredible ball game, went a lot longer than we thought. That's why we're on so late tonight. And then the second game tonight, of course, is Christian Academy versus Christian County. Captains are already getting ready to come on the field, and they're going to try to get started just as soon as they can get the rest of the field cleared off.
In case you're wondering, I know you're used to seeing teams get warmed up out on the field. There is a field somewhere around here to the side. I'm not even sure where it is, but both teams warmed up there. So they are just switching out officials, switching out water, and getting the sidelines ready. But this is going to be like the quickest turnaround in the history of football. I think it's about a 10-minute turnaround before we get going here. But we will get going soon. But as we go tonight, Centurions, a big win last week over a 5A South Oldham team in overtime, 6-0 for the Centurions, taking on another 5A team tonight in Christian County.
Yep, just, Coach Cantwell talked about this season. We're at the beginning of the year, he wants to play these tougher teams. We started the 5A last week, 5A this week, and then a couple of 6As coming up. But this is going to be a good test for this team coming out that, like you said, a nice win last week, South Oldham. That was one of the most exciting 6-0 games I've seen in so long. And be able to take that momentum, have a good week of practice, and then come down here, make this 3-hour trek down here tonight and play on an opposing field. And so it's going to be a good test for them tonight, taking on this Christian County team coached by Steve Lovelace.
Well, and going into last week, showing how smart we are, Darren, we were scared about the defense. And only 2 starters back. We're saying, man, can they stand up against this running attack? A South Oldham team that had at least 47 points tonight, I think, at one point when I checked during the game. So they're putting up the points tonight. But, man, this defense threw a shutout last week.
Coach Riley had them ready to go, had the perfect scheme for South Oldham, and they did. Only 2 or 3 returning starters. But, man, everybody stepped up, and that's what we talked about. Having a program is for that next set of guys to come in and do it, and they sure did it last week. And they're going to be in tonight for kind of a little different feel. South Oldham was all about running the ball. This Christian County team, who in the past has run the ball almost 2-to-1 times, but last week they came out, it was 50-50. They ran the ball 30 times, passed it 30 times, and end up losing to Caldwell County 14-19. But put up some pretty good offensive numbers last week.
Well, let's talk about our defense a little bit more. We know Braden Babin's name. We know him. We knew he was going to be one of the stalwarts, co-leader in 8 sacks, but there were 8 tackles, not sacks. We had another player, though, a new player to the Centurions that had 8 tackles as well last week.
Yeah, one of those guys that stepped up in a new role, and that's Isaac Satterfield, new to the school, new to the team, but came in and played that safety position very well. And man, he came up, and when he came up with a meaning too, as he got into that line and came away, tied for the lead with 8 tackles. So going to need that again tonight. On the offensive side, Anthony Sabatino, the quarterback of last year, returns tonight. Yeah, it's great. He wasn't available last week. He's back in tonight, and Connor will be the backup tonight, Connor Masters. But Sabatino last year, 63% completion on 139 to 122, just short of 2,000 yards. 18 touchdowns, just 10 interceptions. So he'll be back in tonight guiding this offense. And, offense last week that we really got into the point that we really had to run the ball. Ran the ball 37 times last week, 192 yards. Did a great job. And our two running backs last week with Brant Babb and Harrison Zimmer. It's pretty neat, Mike. Brant ran for 23 times, 131 yards. Harrison 9 for 55, and the one touchdown we needed. But they both averaged 6 yards a carry. So great job to that offensive line as well.
As we look at this Christian County team, the Colonels Christian County, talk about a tough district. They have South Warren, who's a very tough 5A team. Yeah. I believe they were like runner-ups, I believe.
Yeah,
or they
probably.
maybe won 5A. I think they won 5A last week because Central won 3A last week, 5A last year. Bowling Green, a perennial power in Greenwood, so in a tough district for this team, but have had some success early, or I guess in the late 2000s.
Yeah.
Then they got into the teens, kind of been consistent up and down, but a winning record for the most part, and a coach who's looking for something special tonight.
Yeah, Coach Loveland's been here his 13th year. He's 99 and 52. And as you said, I mean, what a district. Just one of those things that got redistricted. And, man, you got 2 or 3 powerhouses all in one district. But just as early as 2008, 9, and 10, they were state runner-up 2 times. Lost to Highlands 2 times, the Elite 8. And then, but they still, they were 4-7 last year, kind of coming back from that. But just the previous years before that, they were 11-1, 9-3, and 8-4. So good program, down a little bit last year, but I think they're making that turn. And I expect a huge battle tonight.
Talked to Coach Cantwell before the game this week, and he said this is a very big, a very athletic team.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And, I'm excited about this Centurion team. I mean, I think a lot of questions were answered last week, but it's going to be a whole new set tonight. We don't even know what to ask it until this game gets going. But you look at a big, athletic 5A team and see what kind of schemes Coach Cantwell put in this week and Coach Riley, and it's going to be fun. And
you really don't know. You talked about last week, this team threw the ball 30 times, ran it 30 times. Last year, they ran it 361
right,
and threw it 150. Which team is going to show up? We don't know, but that's what makes this exciting.
That's exactly right.
Centurions are going to be receiving, and as promised, a quick turnaround, and we are ready to go here.
Actually, we're kicking off, Mike.
They signaled receiving earlier, and then we're actually kicking.
Yeah, we're actually kicking off, so I don't know if we won the toss.
We're in white tonight. I was thinking
right.
We were the red and blue team. We are kicking off. My bad. I had not gone over the team colors yet because I hadn't looked.
Well, they're exactly the same as ours, so there you go.
Centurions are in white tonight. It is Christian County in the blue and red this evening. Babin preparing to kick off. We'll try to figure out who's back for this Colonel team. Number 6 is back along with number 3. That is Demikean Mathis along with KT Pollard.
Might have some trouble with those numbers tonight, too. They're Christian County wearing those dark red jerseys with those numbers outlined. We'll see how we can do this evening, picking up some of these numbers and names for you.
The good news is those numbers are at least outlined. That white outline makes it a little more visible. So we are ready to get going here. Pollard and Mathis setting up at the 10-yard line. Babin prepared to kick off, approaches the ball. Kick is in the air. It is going over to the side of Mathis. He's going to take it on the 3rd hop at the 10. Comes back towards the middle, and he's going to be brought down about the 15. Number 27 and number 5 in there for the Centurions.
Taylor and Kevin Keene both came in. Nice job on special teams. Several bounces there, and just gave the defense enough time to get down there. And nice stop as Christian County Colonels start here on, so I can see the marker here.
It'll be at the 15-yard line. That's where they're going to start the ball. So at quarterback is going to be the person we talked about, Donta Abram. And he's going to set up in the shotgun. Back behind him, it looks like, I can't even make out that number. Back to pass already. Here comes the rush from behind. He's going to get to about the 13. They may give him back out to the 15. Let's see. Tackled from behind.
I think that was Will Minrath on the tackle, but he got pushed. The quarterback got pushed up in the pocket by John Young with that pressure. And then Minrath was able to make the tackle.
They're going to set the ball at the 14-yard line, make it a loss on their first play of 1 yard, make it 2nd and 11. One receiver to the right, trips to the left. LeRae Coleman is the running back in the backfield along with the quarterback Abram. Abram's going to keep it this time, but he's not going to get very far. That hole was filled, and he was tackled by a slew of Centurions after maybe a 2-yard gain out to the 16.
Braden Babin showed what it means to be a middle linebacker right there. He saw that hole open, and he busted through there knowing that quarterback or running back was coming through, made contact immediately. Nice job, only a gain of 2 yards.
So it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Colonels. We may see their first passing play of the night by Abram. He's going to be in that shotgun again with Coleman to his right. He has got trips to the right this time. One receiver to the left. He's 3-step drop looking. He lets it fly. It's going to be completed out to the 35-yard line. Completed pass to George Forrest, and it's going to be a first down for the Colonels.
Yeah, I believe Forrest was in the slot there and just ran right up the hash marks there. Turned, and a nice pass delivered right over the linebacker in front of the safety. Good catch, good first down.
1st and 10 on the 35-yard line of the Colonels. Abram in the shotgun again. To his left is Coleman. Everybody goes out. Nice short pass, overthrown. Going once again for Forrest. Gage Guerin out there with a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, good pressure there by Dupes from the outside, and did really well, and gave quarterback, it was hard for him to see over there, and ball falls harmlessly out in the flats.
2nd and 10. Cameron Coleman splits far to the right side, trips out to the left this time. Abram stays in the shotgun. He's going to roll to the right. He's going to keep it. He's going to get across the 35, across the 40, all the way out to the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, good pickup there. Just came around the corner. John Young got him from behind, but not for a nice pickup there to bring up this 3rd down.
Trips to the left again. One receiver right. Pollard or Abram and Coleman in the backfield. Now Coleman goes in motion to the left. And there's going to be a flag. I believe Coleman was going forward as he was running.
Illegal shift or offsides here.
Illegal procedure. That makes a 5-yard penalty. And that'll make it 3rd and 9. So another Centurions got some breaks last week when South Oldham with a lot of offsides and illegal procedures. And they pick one up here early against this Colonel team.
Well, this is, as a defense, is where you want the offense at. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. See if we get some pressure from that 4 coming after the quarterback.
Trips to the right. 2 men stacked on the left side. Abram back to pass, looking. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to. Nope, he breaks
he's not down yet.
But he's finally going to go down. He broke 3 tackles, was slowed up by a million people. Final person to get him was Brant Babin. So that's going to bring a punting situation up.
I tell you what, if that front 4 of the Centurions can get pressure like that as the night goes on, that's really going to make it tough on Christian County if they're going to be committed to throwing the ball.
Make that a 1-yard loss on the play, back to the original line of scrimmage. Luke Leeper is back for the Centurions. Punt is almost blocked, but high in the air. Leeper's going to take it at the 35. Tries to get outside to the right side. He's going to cut it upfield and be brought down. On that tackle was Forrest along with A.J. Harvey. But Darren, I thought there was a lot of speed on them getting down the field that time.
They got down. There is, Coach Cantwell said this is an athletic team, and they are quick, and we see it in these backs and receivers, that first series by Christian County.
So Cal will take over on their own 35-yard line. Ball was taken about the 33 by Leeper, so a 2-yard gain for him. And Anthony Sabatino brings out his squad for his first hike of the year. Double backfield. Looks like the Babin brothers are back there. Play action. Sabatino's going to throw, and he's going to throw long. He's going out there. Oh, right through the hands. It looked like he had his man beat, going for Makai Mays, who just came off, had been hurt most of preseason, and Coach Cantwell said he's starting to get in pretty good shape. He had his man beat, just couldn't get the ball.
Yeah, and it was there. Great ball delivered by Sabatino. Started with the good fake to Babin as he went through the line, hid the ball really well. Made a nice throw, but unfortunately it's an incomplete pass.
2nd and 10 for the Centurions. One receiver right, one left. Handoff to Babin, cuts back. Now he cuts back outside, gets out to about the 38-yard line, looks like where they're going to spot it. 3-yard gain for Babin. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Centurions.
Good play as they came around the right-hand side there. Had John Young at the right tackle and Parr at tight end. They made a nice block, one inside, one out. Babin ran up in there, and the linebackers caught him, but decent pickup here. But here we go with a big 3rd down, 3rd and 7.
Leaper splits out to the left side. One receiver to the right side. Sabatino hands off to Babin. Hitting the backfield, breaks the tackle, tries to get outside across the 40. It's going to be about a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Helmet comes off on Babin on that hit. Looks like he was taken down by Byron G. And it's going to be 4th and 2 for the Centurions. Sabatino is the punter for this team. It looks like they're going to go for it, or Sabatino's just going to take the hike and let it go. Sabatino's going under center, going for it. Big play here early in the game. Hand off to Babin, cuts back, got the 1st down. That was Zimmer who's in the game and gets that 1st down. Great read by Zimmer. 1st down out to the 47-yard line for Zimmer.
Great read, good eyes there in the backfield. He wanted to cut to the outside, and all of a sudden he saw the defensive end take the step to there. He cut back inside, picked up that 1st down.
Coach Cantwell showing some nerves here early in the game in his own territory, going for it on 4th and 2, but obviously knew what he was doing. Leaper goes out to the left. King and Guerin out to the right side. Sabatino looking for Leaper, gets it out to him. Across the 50, across the 45, stays up, gets to the 1st down marker before about 3 or 4 Christian County players take him down, and they keep taking him down out of bounds. So it's going to be a 1st down or just shy of it on the pass, but the penalty will surely take it on pass there. It's going to be a dead ball fouls. He was out of bounds, and the 4 of them, none of them gave up on that. They just kept driving him.
Yeah, I think they had wrapped him up, and the 3rd guy was trying to rip the ball out, and as they carried him out of bounds, he just kept fighting for it, and referee was standing the official was right there through the flag. Great play there. Sabatino got that ball out of his hands really quick. Good hard route by Luke. He planted that foot, turned to the inside, and then made a good move on the first player, and then picked up the 1st down.
So we got the 1st down, a 10-yard pass play, and then add on this what should be a 15-yard penalty. And that's going to put the ball across the 30 all the way down. Should be the 28-yard line. So Centurions in good position, 1st and 10 on the Colonel 28.
Yeah, I like Mays out here on the outside. I like to see him come back to him again on a little post route.
Mays split out far to the right. Guerin in the slot. Leaper goes in motion. He's on the left side. Play action, man. And boy, they read that. Sabatino faked a Babin, came rolling around to his right, and there greeting him was A.J. Harvey.
Yep.
And that's going to put the ball all the way back to the 36-yard line.
So either just a great play there by Harvey, or there's a missed block there somewhere. It's supposed to be like a naked bootleg, but, man, Harvey came in there so quick. Sabatino turned around, and he was already looking in his numbers.
2nd and 18 for the Centurions now. On the Colonel 37-yard line. Leaper splits left this time. Guerin and Mays to the right. In motion goes Leaper. Sabatino's going to roll to his right, throws it out quickly, but throws it short. Incomplete pass. Hit about a yard in front of Leaper. And that'll make it 3rd and 18 for the Centurions.
Yeah, that was a tough throw there, just kind of a one-hopper. Leaper really didn't have a shot at it, but good coverage there by the Colonels. Colonels don't really have a deep safety that they play this first series against Centurion, so see if it's something they can come back to.
Leaper split to the left, Mays and Guerin to the right. Sabatino in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking for
blitz.
Leaper. Now he's going to go up, and he gets tripped up, stays upright. He's going to carry a couple Colonels up to the 31-yard line. And that's going to be 4th and 11 for the Centurions.
So my first inkling is if Coach Cantwell may go for it here. It's too far for a field goal, kind of that in-between, or if he feels good about the defense, a little pooch kick down, see if he can get it inside the 10.
We'll see. Sabatino, as we said, is the punter.
Tell you the way Sabatino took that read from Coach Cantwell, I think they're going for it.
So 4th and 13 for the Centurions. They're going for it in Colonel territory. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Sabatino in the shotgun, back to pass, looking
Got a blitz
to the side, goes to Mays. It's going to be intercepted.
Yep. Number 6.
Well, honestly, that was probably better for us than a knockdown pass.
Right, yeah.
Intercept, take over at the 21.
Pollard just had a good read on it. Broke to the inside, was able to get his hands out quicker, make that interception. Not too much harm there, though, for the Centurions.
So 4:09 to go here in the first quarter. Christian County will take over 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line is where they're going to mark it. Abram in that shotgun with Coleman next to him. Abram takes the snap, hands off to Coleman, starts right, tries to cut back, stopped. Jukes gets loose.
Good
but
job.
What
Good
pursuit by the Centurions.
Yeah, great pursuit. First thing I wanted to say is, man, that's a couple missed tackles there. They got his hands wrapped around him, but I love the way the Centurions pursued there, came off the weak side. I believe that Satterfield finally came up from the safety position to make the tackle. No gain.
Ball on the 22. That's where it actually started, not the 23 like I had said. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Christian County. Forrest and Davey split out to the right side. 1 receiver to the left side. Abram hands off to Coleman again. He tries to get stiff arms 1.
He did.
And nice hit by Sutherland to put him upright. Then Babin takes him down, and Sutherland is still down. Flag is on the play. Babin with the final stop. That may be, kind of looks like it's in the area of maybe a hold.
On the backside. Nope, picking the flag up.
Picking the flag up, no flag. So the run stays out to the 27-yard line. That's where, 28, excuse me, that's where it'll be marked. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Andrew Dupes had a really good shot at him, just couldn't quite get him wrapped up, hit him a little high. That running back is built pretty low to the ground. And as he broke that one, was able to turn the corner. As you said, he took a couple big pops there.
Trips to the right, 1 to the left. 3:06 to go here in the first quarter, 0-0. Ball's on the ground. Abram stopped it, still able to get the pass away, but wrapped up quickly for the Centurions.
Nate Dobbs.
Nate Dobbs with a great job. He wrapped up Cameron Coleman, who got the pass, but it all started poorly on that bad hike.
Yeah, that's just enough time. And then, man, that front 4 rushed hard, trying to get it out of his hands quick, and then Nate Dobbs just made a great wrap-up tackle.
Punting unit in again. Ball is at the 23-yard line. Trying to see who this punter is. I haven't seen his number. Hayes is the punter. Gets it.
Oh, we got it. He got it.
Ball is blocked.
Pick it up.
Running to the...
Oh, nice
taking
job.
it in. The ball was blocked by Will Parr and picking it up. Andrew Dupes picking it up, going all the way down to about the 2-yard line. That ball was blocked. He was setting up about the 12. There is a flag on the play. But what a job by Will Parr. Boy, a key block for him last week. Almost had a punt block last
week.
Yes,
he did, yeah. I had almost two different times. Had a chance to block it last week. Nice to come in and get it this time.
And the bad news is the penalty is on the Centurions.
Just after the play.
Oh, I didn't see the call. I was looking at the wrong official. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Centurions. So I'm sure that's after the play. So let's go with a blocked punt for the Centurions. We'll see where they take over. 2:10 here left in the first quarter. I'm not sure who that was on, but we do know Parr had the...
Didn't see it.
Parr had the blocked punt, and Dupes picked it up and ran for a while.
Right now they're trying to figure out where the foul occurred so they can mark off his 15 yards.
So Will Parr last week, if you remember, Darren, he went in and he pulled up at the last second.
Yes,
I think Scary's going to rough the kicker. Coaches, I think, worked with him a little bit this week on that.
Yeah, he timed that perfectly. Got a good rush up with it as well.
So the ball's going to come all the way back to the 31-yard line for the Centurions, but it is in Christian County territory. They gave it up on the 32-yard line, so they picked up a yard in this whole exchange. So 1st and 10 on the 31 for the Centurions.
See if we can get this running game going here. Actually, I've been watching this line. I think we do have an advantage size-wise on the offensive line versus Colonel's D line.
King and Guerin out left. Leaper to the right. Babin in the backfield. Sabo under center. Hands off Babin. Starts to go up the middle. Now he goes right. Now he cuts back left and able to get about 4 yards on the play down to the 27.
I think that's Bustle that made the tackle inside linebacker. Babin kind of stopped there. I mean, literally stopped for a second. Had to wait to see what the defensive end, outside linebacker were doing and cut it back to the inside. Good pickup on a first down.
Make it 2nd and 6 for the Centurions. King and Guerin split out to the left side again. Sabatino in the shotgun this time. Babin just to his left. Delay to Babin, met in the backfield, spins, gets away, and comes up from behind and takes a shot. And then takes a shot from the front as well. Combination.
He's getting up. He took a shot helmet to helmet there.
Kelly was the person behind number 44 who we don't have from the front. He just went back down. It was a helmet-to-helmet shot. Number 50 caught him from behind and kind of stood him up. And then I think it must have been 14. I don't see a 44, so it's probably 14 who is Leray Coleman with a shot to Babin.
Kind of holding the back of his neck there.
So I'm Babin, about when the trainers got there, Babin kind of jumps up. Says, I'm okay. But I'm sure he's going to be going off the field for a few plays.
Well, we got a chance. Let's get that starting offense real quick. Got another change on, talked about Sabatino at quarterback, but Stingray Miller back in at left tackle tonight, joining Zachary Fetter, Reichmuth, and John Young on that offensive line. Parr's playing at tight end tonight. Then you got King, Guerin, and Leaper on the outside.
Ball's on the 26-yard line. Sabatino in that shotgun again. 2 receivers left, 1 right this time. Harrison Zimmer in the backfield. Sabatino rolls left, lets it fly, overthrows going out there for Gage Guerin. It'll be 4th down.
Pretty good protection there for Sabatino. Had both receivers running from his right to his left towards the sideline. Went with the deeper receiver and just overthrew it. Kind of ran out of real estate there. The pressure from the Colonels is actually on their speed. They are really quick on the outside.
That they are. It'll be 4th and 5 for the Centurions. 1:05 to go here in the first quarter.
It's amazing. First quarter, we've gone for it on 3 4th downs now.
Sabatino in that shotgun. Back to pass. Looking. Fires it. Got a man. Oh, knocked out of his hands at the last second. Going for Gage Guerin. And covering him was number 1, who I don't have on my roster.
Wanted to give the guy a shout out. That was a good defensive play
That was very good. It's the man in the lime-colored shoes. Safety green, I think, is that color. But once again, the ball's going to go over on downs on an incomplete pass. We have 57 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
The Centurions have done a good job of playing on the Colonel's end of the field in this first quarter, but just can't quite get past that 20-yard line and get in the red zone.
Ball in the 26 as Christian County takes over. Abram in the shotgun. New running back next to him, Robert Falvey, is in the backfield. Abram going to keep it. Starts to run himself,
Good
and he's
job.
going to be brought down. What a tackle back there by another number we don't have. Who is 52 on our team? So we have a number 52. We don't know who he is.
Made a great play, though.
That was a great tackle. But I'm liking 52, I can tell you that.
I like the way he came off the ball there out of his 3-point stance.
3-yard sack, 2nd and 13. Defense playing well for the Centurions tonight. Rolling right is Abram, looking to throw. He lets it fly as he's got pressure coming at him. Going to be out of bounds, incomplete pass. Satterfield out there on the coverage. He was going out there for Coleman.
I think it was Babin that came up and put pressure on Pollard, made him throw that ball high. On Forrest.
So that'll be 3rd and 13. Christian County with 1 first down so far. They have been forced to punt both times they had the ball. Second time it was blocked by the Centurions. Abram in the shotgun, Coleman to his side again. Straight drop, looking to throw. Here comes pressure. Going to be incomplete, going across the middle there for Forrest. Forced to throw that just a little early, forcing an incompletion. Another punting situation coming up for the Colonels.
Once again, pressure from that front four. The Centurions that time was Will Menrath coming in. Forced it up, a strong throw, but of course over, and here we go again on another punt.
Hayes in the punt, Leaper back for the Centurions. Leaper sets up about his own 45-yard line. Hayes at his 12. Gets rid of the ball quickly this time. Leaper is going to take it on one hop. Has it, gets across the 50, 45, cuts back across the 40. He's got some room. 30, he's got one blocker in front of him. He goes by a touchdown. Woo! No flags. Luke Leaper took that about the 43-yard line, I believe.
Nice job.
Make it a 57-yard punt return for Luke Leaper.
Nice job. Special teams making a big difference here in the first quarter with a block punt. And now the Leaper 53-yard return. Nice job. 57-yard return.
They said 57?
I believe that's
or I said 57. I said 57, yes. So Luke Leaper gets it. Oh, we just got the name of number 52, Jalen Haskins. Barrickman in to do the kicking, I believe. And we got a flag down. I would hope it was offsides because number 14 almost beat the ball back there. Jack Barrickman, just a freshman, in to do the kicking. Offsides on the Colonels. We'll see if we will still go for the extra point. Not quite as much pressure on this kick as Barrickman had in overtime last week.
That was a rough one.
Connor Masters holding. There was a lot of pressure on that last kick. And here, whoa, we're going to have offsides again. Coleman just comes in and just flattens Dupes. That was a flagrant offsides right there. I mean, it wasn't like he was even going for the ball. He just comes in and put Dupes on his rear end. Dupes defenseless. And now we're going for two on that other offsides. So Leray Coleman, both times offsides. That time, the first time he went through a couple of defenders. That time he just tried to go right over one. Going for two. Double backfield with the Babin brothers. The ball is like on the half-yard line. We could see a sneak from Sabatino here or a handoff to Babin, one of those two. Handoff to Babin, starts to go outside, and he gets across, no problem.
Good job.
Had his legs tied up, but somehow he broke that. So Babin gets the 2-point conversion, and Centurions go up 8-0.
So there we go. Nice job. Like I said, special teams, man, 2 huge plays there to get this score up to 8-0.
And that brings us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Well, and that gives me the opportunity to tell you a little bit about we wanting to thank our athletic trainer from Court, the best in rehab, for being the official sports medicine and rehabilitation provider for the Centurions. We'd also like to recognize Dr. Shaper with Ellison Bodenhauser for volunteering his time this season. Court has several convenient locations throughout Louisville, Lexington, and southern Indiana, and offers the best in physical and occupational therapy as well as sports medicine coverage to local high schools, colleges, and community organizations. Visit Court on the web at www.court.com. Court, the best in rehab.
8-0 Centurions after the first quarter of play, thanks to a 57-yard punt return by Luke Leeper. So now the Centurions are going to kick off for the second time this game. They kicked off to start the game. Now they'll kick off to start the second quarter. Go ahead.
I just watched a replay of Luke Leeper's touchdown there. He made a great juke with his left foot to beat that first man and then picked up 4 key blocks right on the hash mark as he ran up the numbers. Just a great job by the whole return team there.
Mathis and Pollard are the 2 men back. For the Colonels.
17's kicking for us this time and not Babin.
Well, Babin not kicking for the Centurions. Number 17, the freshman Barrickman, who still hadn't got an extra point this year yet. Andrew Dupes, I'm sure the fact that we got the 2 points make Andrew Dupes feel a lot better that he took that hit on the offsides.
Right.
We wouldn't have got that too. He would have said, man, I took that hit for nothing.
Nothing, right.
But he took it for something there. You know, his brother led the team in charges for taking charges in basketball. He took an offsides hit. It just runs in the Dupes family. So Barrickman now about to kick off here. Mathis set up on the far side. Pollard set up on the short side or closest to us. This ball's in the air. Mathis is going to let it hop. Take it on one hop at the 14. Comes to the right, now cuts back up the middle. Stops, goes to his left side now.
There we go.
And there is going to be a nice tackle over there for the Centurions by Harrison Zimmer.
Yeah, good job. Good special teams again by Harrison there. Wrap him up. He's kind of jitterbugging around a little bit there and brought him down. Oh, yeah.
So Mathis a little slow getting up, being helped off the field by 2 of his teammates. He is not putting any weight on either of his legs. And now he's walking a little bit, but he is in some pain, so we wish the best for that young man. But the ball is on the 24-yard line for Christian County. Abram in the shotgun. Has Coleman to his left. He's going to pass, though, looking straight up the middle. Taking a little too long. Now he's going to bury it and run. And, oh, my God, Haskins almost takes him down. Jalen Haskins, a strong young man.
It's going to be a hold.
Baskins.
Oh, it's Baskins. Excuse me. My apologies to the Baskins family. It's Baskins, not Haskins. So it's Baskins?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Got 2 texts to confirm it.
Okay. It is Baskins. We're glad people are listening to us and correcting us as we go. Thank you very much. And we're going to have a holding penalty. It's going to nullify that run. It's going to push the ball back all the way to the 10-yard line. So another costly penalty against the Colonels. Puts it back to the, say it's on the 9-yard line. So good coverage by the secondary on that one, Darren.
Yeah, well, great job by the front 4, too. Man, they made that pocket collapse, and he had nowhere to go.
We got another whistle. Flag is down. False start. Christian
back it up again.
Christian County back it up 5 more. That'll take it to the 4-yard line.
1st and 30. See if Coach Riley calls up a blitz here.
Trips to the right, one receiver left. Coleman in the backfield with Abram.
Yep, here comes Taylor.
Abram, here comes the blitz. Abram able to see it, gets away from it.
Nice job by
Nice
Babin.
stop outside by Babin to give time for the rest of the Centurions. I'm going to tell you, Darren, and we saw this in defenses in past years, this defense pursues as well as any defense around.
And they play their areas really well. I mean, it's a cohesive unit just this early, second game of the year. But love the call there. Jake Taylor came on the blitz, forced the quarterback to the outside. Here comes the other linebacker, Babin. Then, as you said, the pursuit. Here comes 4 more guys.
Make it a 4-yard gain out to the 8. 2nd and 27 for the Colonels. And Centurion's going to be offsides on that one. And it was just not one, it was 2. They do everything as a team. There were 3 of them that went offsides on that one.
Right. Not sure Coach Riley likes that, but
that's going to be a 5-yard.
It's a very positive outlook there, Mike.
If you're going to do things wrong, you might as well do it wrong as a team, you know? So that moves the ball up to the 13-yard line. It's going to make it 2nd and 22 now for the Colonels. Back to pass, going to the left. Shows a quick screen.
What a play.
A quick pass out to the left
there?
side. It was Minrath, I believe, that got out there. Sutherland is over there. Also in there is Isaac Satterfield, I believe. No, Jake Taylor, excuse me.
Great job. He just wanted to kind of throw a little quick wide receiver screen out there and curl back under the underside, and well read.
2-yard gain out to the 15, it looks like.
Here we go.
3rd and 20. Here comes the pressure. And there's a fumble on the ground.
It's still on the ground.
Be recovered. I think the
Centurions
have it.
Yeah, I got to see who it is here, but he got it.
That ball was
Babin.
Braden Babin with the fumble recovery. I did not see who knocked it clear, but the Centurions come up with it.
Baskins kind of went around him, and I saw his big paw come out there. He may have got a hold of it. I think he just, as he took off to run, kind of bounced it off his own knee. Hit the ground twice, and Babin was quick on it. Good field position here.
Babin with the fumble recovery. Centurions get the ball at, where are they marking that? The 12-yard line. And the defense has put them in position again. 9:25 less in the first half. 8-0 Centurions. They scored on the last play of the first quarter on a Luke Leeper punt return. Now Sabatino under center. Zimmer in the backfield. Leeper goes in motion. Sabo fakes the Leeper, throws it across the middle. Caught.
He got it? No, he dropped it.
Oh, he dropped it. Going out there for...
Is it Jorgensen, I believe?
Yeah, for Jorgensen. Incomplete pass. First time we've seen Jorgensen in at that receiver spot.
Put Leeper in motion there, and nice fake to the running back as well, and then good opportunity for a score there.
Make it 2nd and 10 for the Centurions from the Colonel's 12-yard line. Leeper splits to the right side. King is split to the left. Double tight end. Hand off to Zimmer. Big hole on the right side. Fills up quickly, though. He got across the 10 down to the 8. It was a huge hole at the beginning.
Big hole. It closed up quick. There's that speed of Christian County that came into effect, helped them there.
Number 50 for Christian County, Darius Kelly, fills gaps quickly. That's going to make it 3rd and 6 for the Centurions. King splits right this time. Guerin and Leeper split to the left. Parr sets up in tight end spot on the left side. Sabatino looks right, comes back left, caught by Leeper at his shoe tips. Gets across the 10 down to about, across the 8 down to about the 6 is where they're going to set it. Make it a 2-yard gain. Nice catch by Leeper. That ball was underthrown. A lot of pressure on Sabatino.
Yeah, exactly.
He faked right and came back left, but had to get rid of it.
Well, that's where he's doing those extra fakes there, and Christian County's putting that pressure on him because they do have the speed.
4th and 4.
Here we go again.
How many fourth downs have we had tonight? Is this the fourth one?
Fourth, yeah.
4th and 4. The Centurions were successful on the first one. I do not believe they've been successful on the other 2 to this date.
So 4th and go.
Garen King to the right.
Oh.
Play action. Sabatino almost knocked him. Finds a pass to Babin. Touchdown.
Is there any flags? It looks good.
Sabatino almost decked by Kelly and somehow sidestepped him, looked up, and there is Babin for the 6-yard touchdown pass.
And he was wide open on that backside, too. That was a well-designed play. It just Sabatino had to overcome that hit and keep his feet about him.
So Centurions go up 14-0. Barrickman going to get another try. Hopefully nobody goes off sides this time. Ball is down. Kick is up, and kick is...
That's good.
Good. So
nice job.
Jackson Barrickman with his first extra point at the varsity level. The freshman, that's got to relieve a few of the butterflies.
That's right. Get that first one down. Helps a lot.
So Centurions go up 15-0 with 7:40 to go here in the first half.
So talking about a well played on all sides tonight. First started with 2 big plays by the special teams, one with the block punt, then with the leaper punt return for a touchdown. Then the defense picks up a fumble, puts good pressure, puts the offense in really good position, and they take it in for the score. So we have that opportunity. We're going to talk about Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Making healthy eating choices is easy with Taziki's. All recipes at Taziki's are made fresh daily and inspired by Mediterranean cuisine. Their menu features freshly grilled meats, original sauces, and healthy sides, as well as vegetarian and gluten-free options. Join Taziki's for lunch or dinner any day of the week. Visit Taziki's restaurants in Middletown and St. Matthews. To learn more about Taziki's, just visit tazikiscafe.com.
So Mathis, who took the big hit last time on the kick return, is not back in the game. Pollard is on the far side. On the closest side is the man in the safety green shoes, who we don't know his name. Let's call him Safety Green.
I believe I heard Matheson.
Barrickman about to kick off, approaches the ball. It is in the air. It is going to bounce at about the 20. Pollard picks it up at the 10, runs to the left side, running out of room, and finally brought to the ground.
Satterfield and Dobbs, I believe. It's 2 stops by Dobbs tonight on kickoffs.
So Christian County took it at the 10-yard line, gets it back out to the 20, a 10-yard return. And that is where they will take over with 7:32 to go here in the first half. Centurions up 15-0. Looks like they actually marked it at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Colonels. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left. Abram in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, going to the air. He lets it fly, going long. Got a man, going to be completed out there. Going long to
11.
Cameron Coleman. Gets all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Okay, that was a nice play there by those 2. Great catch.
27-yard completion to Cameron Coleman. 1st and 10 for the Colonels at the 48. Well, Darren, we were wondering, are they going to run more or pass more?
It's
I think
all
we're
pass.
seeing it's all pass so far,
pass.
isn't it? Trips to the right again. One receiver to the left. It's Cameron Coleman again to the left side, who he went to last time. This time he's going to run. Falvey with the ball, buries his head, gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 3-yard gain.
See Baskins on the bottom there as well as Minrath. Good stop there. Baskins is playing a nice game in there. That inside tackle position.
Second and 7. Quickly to the line is the Colonels. Falvey in the backfield. Abram back to pass this time. Rolls right, being harassed, completes the pass, but it may be for
a loss.
No, they're going to mark it right at the 49. Pass complete out there to Joseph Anderson.
Good pressure there. Brings up a 3rd and 7.
Make it no gain on that play. Once again, a good job, that defensive front putting a lot of pressure on Donta Abram. This time trips to the left, one receiver right. Looking left, looking long. Pressure comes, the throw comes out. It's going to be intercepted.
Yep.
And here come flags everywhere. Interception out there by the aforementioned Nate Dobbs. What a great job he is doing tonight. And they were struggling for the ball.
Man, we got a lot of flags.
And flags came out of nowhere. I don't know what was. I did not even see the receiver they were going for. I believe it was Joseph Anderson again, and they went up and they were fighting for the ball. Dobbs came away with it, and they were still like struggling down on the ground, it looked like.
Let's give a little shout out to, I believe it was Will Minrath that got in there as well, got around the quarterback's feet, and he kind of had to jump when he threw that, which took a lot of that velocity off, and Dobbs just jumped right in front of it.
So here comes the call from the man in the stripes.
Personal foul, face mask
on the Centurions.
Which, how do you do that?
I don't know if that was before or after the interception.
He pointed towards the Centurion side.
So did he grab the face mask after he intercepted the ball?
Okay, well, Coach Cantwell's out there to try and get an explanation of some sort. Or was the face mask before the interception?
I don't see how it was before. It is definitely against the Centurions. The question is...
All right, so it's still first down Centurions. He just gave the pointed.
Okay, so it is an interception by Dobbs. We know that.
Not sure where the face mask came from.
We know there's 6:31 left in the first half. We know it's Centurion ball. And it's Centurion ball on their own 25. So another big penalty against the Centurions tonight. But on both times, they took the ball on the turnover. And here comes Anthony Sabatino to try to direct his team to a drive for the 3rd touchdown of the evening. Leaper goes right. King and Guerin come out to the left side. Leaper in motion. Sabatino rolls left. Here comes
he's going down.
Pressure, and he goes down. And it is going to be Kelly again. Man, he is tough.
Yeah, good job there by the Colonels. They didn't take the fake at all. And as Sabatino came back, they were there waiting for him.
Ball goes back to the 19-yard line. Make it a 6-yard loss on that sack. Darius Kelly, only a junior. That means we'll see him next year when Christian County comes to Christian Academy. Make it 2nd and 16 for the Centurions. Mays is back in the game at the far receiver slot. Sabatino backs, throws a screen pass. Got some room. Getting across the 25.
Zimmer.
Pass was to Zimmer, so he gets just past the original line of scrimmage. Make it out to the 27. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Well, that at least makes it a little bit more manageable, picking up that 6-7 yards on that screen.
Christian County starting to come with a full-out rush in these last few times the Centurions have had the ball. Mays splits out to the right side. Leaper and Guerin to the left. Sabatino under center with Zimmer in the backfield. Play action. Sabatino sets, throws it out. Incomplete pass. Looks like he was going there for Will Parr, and Parr started to run before he had the ball totally. It's going to be incomplete pass and bring up a flag on the play. And we have news for you Centurion and Boilermaker fans, or Centurions that have become Boilermaker fans. Milton Wright just caught his first collegiate pass for 11 yards for the Boilermakers as they play out in Nevada tonight. So we wish the best to that young man. What a talented, gifted individual he is. So a big one against the Centurions, takes it all the way back to the 13-yard line. And it'll be
J.T. Pollard back to receive for the Colonels.
must have been a personal foul, as it was after the play. Colonels take the punt at the 40. Trying to get free is Pollard. Comes around the sides, got a little bit of room. Spin move finally goes down. More flags.
Yeah, I thought there should have been a flag pushing the back around the 45, but we do have another one over here about the 42-yard line.
Jorgensen with the tackle. Pollard was on the return. There is 4:53 to go here in the first half. Centurions with a 15-0 lead. Penalty's going to be against Christian County. And it's going to go all the way back to the 43-yard line.
Penalty marked off to the Christian County 43. Colonels will take over there, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 43 for Christian County. Two receivers stacked just off the right side of the line. New quarterback. And it's going to be almost intercepted in at quarterback number 17. It is Brennan Metz Spears.
Pressure from the back by Jacob Hyman there. Just kind of reached that long arm out. Got his hand on the shoulder pad and just kind of threw it to the ground there.
Now, Brennan Metz Spears, a senior, has come in for Abram, who was in there before. Abram now, I believe, split out to the left side. He is at the receiver position now. So Spears hands off to Falvey, starts to go left, and what a great tackle there by number 31, Will Parr. Grabbed him around the waist, and Braden Babin finished him off.
That's
So
it.
Falvey with a 1-yard loss back to the 43.
Braden Babin is so quick at that inside linebacker position.
3rd and 10. John Young into the game for the Centurions. Spears takes the hike. Short drop,
Going
lets
long.
it fly. Got his up, overthrew his man.
Had two receivers over there.
Looked like he was going out there for Forrest. Joining at him out there was Cameron. So once again, the Centurion defense holds and makes a punting situation for Christian County. 4:07 to go here. And those three plays took 6 seconds off the clock. Hayes in to punt. Luke Leeper, who's already returned one for a touchdown tonight, sets up at the 28-yard line. Ball's on the 43. Hayes sets up about the 32. Punt is in the air. Boy, this is a good one. This is over the head of Leeper. Takes a nice upward bounce for Leeper right into his hands. He breaks one, gets to the outside, breaks another tackle, and finally going to be brought down. Gets it out to the 49. We got a flag. I believe it's going to be a face mask. And ball was taken at the 17-yard line, so another great return. Leeper got a perfect bounce on that play.
We're going to have two flags on there. I think we got another personal foul out here in the middle of the field. I think it was a hit after the play on a Centurion player.
So a little chippy playing out there.
Could be 30 yards penalties here for the Centurions getting in the Christian County side. Oh, going to decline.
There's 2 penalties against Christian County, and they're going to take the personal foul one. I believe the first one was a face mask, unintentional.
Second one was a personal foul.
Yeah, they're going with the personal foul one.
15 yards here.
That's going to be 15. So Centurions were going to have it on the 48-yard line of Christian County. That ball's going to move all the way up to the 33, I believe.
Well,
somehow it gets only to the 37. Nope. So it's a 12-yard penalty. They only took that 12 yards from where they had it, but Centurions get to the line quickly. As they're on the 33 of Christian County, they are ready to go. Sabatino under center.
See if we can pound this down here these last 3 minutes and score going into the half.
Double backfield with the Babin brothers. Sabatino under center. Handoff to Babin. Tries to cut outside. Gets across the 35 down to the 32-yard line.
I believe we have a
Another
holding call.
2 flags.
Yeah, I think we had 2 holding calls there.
So Babin started up the middle. That was.
Yeah, I think Brandt would have stayed where he was originally supposed to go. Would have turned out much better. But as he cut it back, it forced out 1 or 2 of the guys to get their arms wrapped around the backs of the Colonel's players, and that's where that holding call is going to come in.
That's going to move the ball back to the Christian County 49-yard line. So Centurions with some big penalties tonight. So it's going to be first and a lot, let's just say. Looks like it's going to be first and about 22 for the Centurions. First and 23 on the board. Guerin and King to the right. Leaper goes in motion. Fakes the handoff to him.
Got him.
Overthrows. He was going to Kevin
receiver.
King. Had his deep receiver out there who had beaten everybody in Guerin. Sabatino overthrew one, underthrew the other. You take your pick which one it is. We'll make it second down and the same 23.
I haven't seen any just Sabatino dropping straight back in a 3 or 7 step and making the throw. Everything is fakes and reverses and coming to the weak sides.
I guess that's kind of how you offset the speed of a defense when you do that.
Make those linebackers think just a little bit.
Mays back in the game for the Centurions. Splits out far to the right side with Guerin in the slot. Here comes another pass play. Fires it across the middle. Pass was behind Guerin. Hits him on the run. It is a completed pass, but threw it behind him. It'll be third down and 23. This is Sabatino's first game.
Yeah, third and 23 here.
And I think you'll see Mays take off again like that first play of the game.
I'd like to see that. I think we can. The way the safety's playing for the Christian County, they really don't have anybody back deep. It's a lot of man coverage.
Mays on the short side. Sabatino fakes the short one, lets it go across the middle. That should be interference.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Yep.
The ball was underthrown. Mays got behind his man who turned his back at the quarterback. Ball was underthrown as Mays turned around to wait for it. He got slammed into by another number I don't have on the Christian County roster, number 24.
Well, speaking of slammed into, the reason it was underthrown, Sabatino took a hit right on the numbers as he released that ball. But fortunately for the Centurions, it was a pass interference, so get some of that yardage back and a first down.
They have not changed the marker to a first down. What was the call? It's going to be third, and somehow it's going to be 3rd and 8. So I thought it was a automatic first down on pass interference.
But here we go. So this is manageable.
So,
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 for the Centurions. Sabatino in the shotgun. Zimmer to his left. Sabo's going to keep going to run. He's got the first down. He's across the 25-20. Runs out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Nice job. Get the first down, a little extra yardage, and then don't take the hit and get out of bounds. Good job there by Sabatino.
So I'm not sure if that was a quarterback draw that was written up or if it was just nobody's open and he took off.
No, I believe it was a called play. The way he stepped back, he planted that foot hard so he could take off forward. Good call.
Gets down to the 15-yard line on that play. Make it 1st and 10 from there. 2:57 to go in the first half. Clock stopped with Sabatino going out of bounds. 15-0 Centurions with this lead. Leaper and Guerin to the right. Mays to the left. Zimmer, the running back of choice in the backfield with Sabatino. Sabatino looking, just throws it out in the flat to Zimmer. Has a little room. Nice juke to get around one Christian County player. Gets across the 10 to 5, down to about the 2 or 3. Where are they going to mark it? They marked it at the 5?
No, I believe the 2. Maybe
They marked it at the 5.
They sure did.
So it's going to be first and goal from the 5.
Good play there.
Oh, and now they were listening to us, Darren.
Oh, yeah.
They just got a signal saying, hey, the broadcast team said it belongs at the 2 or 3. I'm not sure where they put it, but it's first and goal and closer.
I was going about a side judge where he had his foot marked.
Zimmer and Babin in the backfield. Zimmer gets
There you
it,
go. He's
cuts
through
up
there.
the middle. He is not going to get to the line.
Just short.
He's going to be stopped out there by Jackson Ford.
It's like about the 1.5.
Jackson Ford and on the stop.
It's going to be second and goal from the, I believe you called it, Darren, 1.5.
So we're going to get a big push here. Just pound this ball in here.
Second and goal, just inside the 2.
Leaper goes to the right. Double tight end, double backfield. Zimmer, the deep back.
That's going to be
And
offsides.
it's going to be offsides on the Centurions. They broke a little early.
Markers down. They'll start.
Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. Brings it out past the 5-yard line now.
Ball marked at the 6. So second and goal from the 6 for the Centurions.
We've got to definitely change play call here just a little bit.
5-yard penalty, second and goal from the 7.
Trips to the right for the Centurions. Sabatino in the shotgun with Zimmer to his right. In motion goes Leaper. Sabatino's going to roll to his right. Throws it out to Leaper. Can he catch it? Holds on to it, but it took him about 5 steps to finally catch it, and he couldn't get in. He kept trying to go forward, and the ball was going backwards, but he finally hung on to it, but got knocked out of bounds at the 2.
Well, I can see why. I mean, he wanted to just, if he just had caught it cleanly the first time, he would have turned right in the end zone. And but luckily he kept his eyes on it, bobbled it a couple of times, but at that point, the Colonels were able to catch up to him, push him out of bounds.
Ball is on the 1. 3rd and 1 for the Centurions. 3rd and goal from the 1 for the Centurions. 1:19 to go here in the first half as they try to add on to their 15-0 lead.
All right, here we go. Let's get behind Big John Young. Babin with the lead block. Let's see what happens here.
Hand off to Zimmer. Cuts out to the left. Cuts
Got
inside. Touchdown, Zimmer. Gets his second touchdown of the year on that 1-yard run. Centurions go up 21-0.
Nice play there. Was going to show the strong side, just like we talked about, going behind Babin, John Young, that right-hand side of the line. Instead, hands it back on a counter to Zimmer, makes one man miss, and then slides into the end zone.
Barrickman in for the extra point attempt. Masters holding. Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. And Centurions go up 22-0 with 1:10 to go in the game in the first half.
Nice drive.
It's just so late it feels like it should be the game.
That's right. Yeah, keep waiting for the break of dawn over here on the horizon.
Oh, my goodness. So Centurions, a nice drive that time. Started at the 33 of Christian County after the good punt return, then the penalty added on to that.
Yeah, it seems like we went back and forth there for a little bit.
A good return by Leaper got us back to the 49, and that penalty put it down to the 33. And then a good drive by the Centurions.
That's a nice job. Yeah, that's a great play there. You get the ball with about 3.5 minutes or so.
Yep.
And put points on the board going into the half. It really puts a lot of pressure on the Colonels coming out here second half.
A 7-play drive for the Centurions. In fact, it took 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Barrickman in to kick off. Back is going to be Pollard. And Mr. Safety Green Shoes is back. We'll find his name out at halftime. And Pollard is going to take this one on a bounce at the 10-yard line, comes to the right side. He's going to run into a bunch of traffic, and more importantly, he's going to run into Sutherland, who just nails him from behind. So good tackle by Sutherland. And Christian County is going to take over at, where are they going to mark this ball? At their own 23-yard line to start the last 101 here in the first half.
Interesting to see if they try to air some of this out or just make a couple runs here, get in half, see if they can regroup a little bit.
Two receivers left. Abram back in at quarterback. Falvey is his running back. Takes the snap. He's going to the air. Fakes the short one. Now he's going to run. He's going to be brought down. I believe Will Parr on that tackle.
Abram wanted to toss it out there. Good coverage there on the outside. I believe that was Dobbs out there. Decided to tuck it and run, and Will Parr was sitting right there waiting on him.
2nd and 8. Clock is running. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Don't let anybody behind you. Quick pass knocked down. Will Parr and Sutherland both in there. I believe it was Parr's paws that got up there and knocked that pass down.
But almost hit him in the chest.
I tell you, what a great story Will Parr is after breaking his leg last year. I'm not sure his leg or ankle, and I think it was the first game of the year.
I believe you're right. I believe it's the first game last year.
A tough year of rehabilitation. Boy, to come back and play as strong as he has on his defense and offense, what a tribute to the work ethic of that young man. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Christian County. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Handoff big hole for Falvey.
Good job, Satterfield.
Satterfield brings him down at about the 40, but a first down. Boy, did he hit that hole and get through there quickly.
Quick. Good job by Satterfield. Read that really well, and that's what you want at that safety position.
You know, Darren, I think you said something earlier, caught on. The Centurions stay in their position so well. They do not get out of their position. They play the area they're supposed to play, and that's a great example of Satterfield staying right where he's supposed to be.
Great discipline, didn't overplay, read the play the way you're supposed to, then went over and made the tackle, saved that from being a touchdown. But, I mean, the linemen do what they're supposed to do. The inside linebackers are reading the holes, shooting the gaps, and the outside has been playing really well tonight. And, we see that with the interception by Dobbs earlier, but on both sides there, they have kept the ball from getting to the outside on the passing routes.
So we have 15 seconds to go here in the first half. Centurions lead 22-0. We saw that last game, Mayfield and Hopkinsville with about a 35-yard touchdown pass with about 4 seconds to go.
You don't want to make those mistakes.
And put them actually up at halftime before Mayfield came back to win that game. This is the Jerry Claiborne Classic, a doubleheader they have here every year, and we are the second game tonight. Hopkinsville and Mayfield the first game. Mayfield very familiar to the Centurions. The team Centurions beat in the state tournament this past year. But we are back now. Abram at quarterback. Falvey the running back.
Guerin and Satterfield way back off the line of scrimmage.
Abram looking to pass, throws it out in the flat. And going down, not out of, I'm not sure if he went out of bounds. Forrest. It was to Forrest.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
He did not go out of bounds. He took a knee in bounds, and that's going to be the first half. They're not going to get another play away, I'm sure. I'd be shocked if that was the play to take a pass and go down in bounds. But either way, we come to the end of the first half. Centurions up 22-0. We'll be back in about 12 minutes with a recap of the first half. Second half action here from the Stadium of Champions in Hopkinsville, 22-0 Centurions.
They're playing Bowling Central.
That may be our toughest game on the schedule. Now, what's the Ballard score? Welcome back to Christian Academy of Louisville football, where the Centurions lead Christian County 22-0 at halftime. Centurions started the game by kicking off, and Christian County did get one first down, but was then forced to punt. And Centurions got 2 first downs the first time they had the ball, but an interception gave the ball back to Christian County. Christian County then forced a punt that was 3 and out, but on their punt, it was blocked by Will Parr, the young man who almost had a block last week against South Oldham, came through with one this week. Andrew Dupes picked it up, ran it back down to about the 4 or 5 yard line, but there was a penalty, a personal foul on the Centurions that backed that ball all the way up to the 31. Centurions only made 5 plays before they gave 5 yards before they gave the ball back on downs. Then Christian County was 3 and out before they had to punt, and that's when the Centurions started to score. Luke Leeper took the ball at the 43-yard line, started up the middle, cut out left, and ran it all the way back for a touchdown. The first touchdown for the Centurions in regulation play. It came as the last play of the first quarter. And then after 2 offsides on extra points by Christian County, Centurions decided to go for 2, and Brant Babin ran the ball in for the 2-point conversion. Centurions went up 8-0. On the next kickoff, after 3 penalties and a run and a completed pass, the next play was a fumble by Christian County, recovered by Braden Babin. The Centurions took over on the 14-yard line of Christian County, and 3 plays later, a 6-yard pass from Anthony Sabatino to Brant Babin, a touchdown for the Centurions. The freshman Jack Barrickman with his first extra point of the season. Centurions are up 15-0. Christian County then got the ball back on the next kickoff, but another turnover was forced by the defense as Dupes had the interception. Centurions then were forced to punt. Christian County got it. They were 3 and out and forced to punt, and Centurions went back to work. They got the ball on the punt. A great return again by Luke Leeper. Got the ball for the Centurions to the 49, but after he added on a personal foul on Christian County, got the ball to the Christian County 33-yard line. 7 plays later, 2 minutes and 42 seconds and 33 yards later, a 1-yard run by Harrison Zimmer and a kick by Barrickman gave Centurions the 22-0 lead, and that's where we stand at halftime. Darren, I believe you got the first half stats. Darren, I'll turn your volume on so you can actually tell us the first half stats.
Mike definitely likes to talk. So here we go. We got stats for the first half. For Cal varsity, for the Centurions, 6 first downs, 34 rushing yards, 43 passing yards on 7 out of 15. 27 plays in that first half for a total offense of 77 yards. Christian County, 3 first downs, 30 rushing yards, 48 passing yards, 6 out of 13 on attempts. Total of 25 plays and 78 yards of offense. So very, very similar, but as Mike said, a lot of that was set up by special teams and the defense of the Centurions, setting up the offense well. One of the things that I'm sure both teams would like to clean up, ended up with 14 total penalties between the two teams, 7 for 65 yards for the Centurions, 7 for 78 for the Colonels. Interesting stat here, 3rd down efficiency for Cal tonight, 0 for 5, but 2 for 4 on 4th down efficiency. So good job there. Go down here and catch some of these offensive statistics tonight. Anthony Sabatino in that first half was 7 out of 15 for 43 yards and the touchdown. From rushing, Sabatino with a couple sacks there, but finished for -9 yards rushing. Harrison Zimmer, 4 attempts for 11 yards. Brant Babin, 5 attempts for 13. Receiving tonight, go down here and get his for completions. Gage Guerin had 1 catch for 1 yard. Harrison Zimmer, 2 for 20. Brant Babin, 1 for 6. And Luke Leeper with a big first half, 3 catches for 16 yards. The other big thing, Luke Leeper, big tonight. has had 3 punt returns for a total of 92 yards. Of course, that long of 57 for the touchdown. On the defense tonight, catch the top 2 right here. Let's see if I can get total. Sorry about that, folks. Braden Babin finished with 4 tackles, and Satterfield finished with 3 to lead the team with 29 tackles total in that first half.
I got a correction to make. I gave that interception to Andrew Dupes. Actually, it was Nate Dobbs. I couldn't read my own writing there in the first half. So Nate Dobbs with the interception for the Centurions in that first half. We're about ready for kickoff here for the second half. Luke Leeper along with Gage Guerin back for the Centurions, set up about the 13-yard line. Guerin would be the one closest to you as you're viewing your monitor for tonight's game. Mike Botello, Darren Long bringing you the action from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Just a short 2.5, 3-hour drive. And then 5,000 steps to walk up to the press box. But other than that, it's been a great trip. So we need a win, and the Centurions are up 22-zip. A little short pop kick. Fair catch called by Sutherland. He's going to take it at the 40 in good field position for the Centurions.
Just to mention that is great coaching right there, because Sutherland knew exactly what to do from his position. Sitting at the 40-yard line is something comes to you, you call the fair catch, you grab it, and you go down quickly.
Anthony Sabatino brings his team back out for the first play here of the second half to try to add on to the 22-0 lead. Centurions back in action next week with the first of 2 straight home games against 2 6A opponents. Next week is Eastern, the following week Ballard, both at Christian Academy. Sabatino under center. Babin in the backfield. Hand off to Babin. Starts up the middle, breaks out right, gets through 1 tackle, cuts back out to the right side across the 50. He's got the first down, 45.
He's still going.
40, still going. Finally gets behind another missed tackle by Coleman, and a great run by Babin. You know, we saw Babin last week in the first half do okay, but the second half, he like a second gear and took it on. He just did that in the start of the second half here. Ball all the way down to the 35.
I think a lot of Coleman's missed tackle there was because of Babin's hand right in the middle of his chest. 2 good stiff arms there as he cut to the outside and picked up good yardage, good hard run.
Ball's on the 33 is where they actually put it. 27-yard run for Babin on that play. King and Leeper split out to the left side. Babin boys in the backfield. Sabatino under center. Hand off to Brant Babin. He's going to power his way up to about the 32-yard line. 31 is where they're going to mark it. Nope, they bring it back to the 32.
Byron G hit him pretty quick there on the line, but Babin's momentum and his size just at least carried him up for another 2 yards to bring up at 2nd and 8.
I'm going to change that again. They mark it at the 31, actually. So 2-yard gain for Babin. Only a junior. He and his brother are both back for another year next year. And they're both in the backfield. Leeper and King split out to the left side this time. Play action. Sabatino looks left. Nowhere to go. Avoids 2 potential sacks and somehow gets across the 30 all the way down to the 26-yard line. What great maneuvering by Sabatino.
Yeah, that was a lot of weaving and dodging and getting up through that line, but make it a very positive gain there to bring up a very manageable 3rd down here.
I think it's going to be 3rd and 3. Ball's on the 26-yard line. This drive started from their 40 of Christian Academy. 27-yard run by Babin. Got him to the 33, and now they're down to the 26, 3rd and 3.
And you get this off down to 2 seconds.
Gets it off. Babin gets it. And he's going to be snuffed in the backfield.
Pretty quick there.
And who else? I believe it is that number 50, Kelly. And it is. I think I'm going to start running away from that young man. He is. You don't get out of his grasp.
He played a great game tonight.
Going to be a 4th down. I would imagine the Centurions to go for it once again. But with Sabatino being your quarterback and punter, there's always that pooch kick possibility
there
on
is that.
this fourth down when you're in this territory. But he's going to go under center.
Yeah, there's been no doubt tonight. I believe it's the 6th time the Centurions have gone for it on 4th down.
He's got Mays to the right, Guerin and Leeper to the left, Babin in the backfield. He's looking. Nope, he's going to throw it out in the flat to Babin. Try to let Babin make a move, but he's going nowhere. And who else? Well, it wasn't Kelly this time. It was 55 and 35 on that tackle. E.J. Harvey and Byron G. So Centurions turn it over on downs. 9:25 to go here in the third quarter.
It's interesting. This Christian County team last year, we looked at their stats. I mean, they ran the ball twice as much as they ever threw the ball. Then last week we saw it's about 50-50. So I don't know if it's a new offense that they put in. But they've given up on their run almost completely there in the first half.
Ball on the 29, 1st and 10. Under center for the first time tonight, but he's passing out of it. Ball tipped, goes over the head of Babin into the hands of Forrest. Ball originally went to number 1, who he did find out is Tyquest Douglas, and it was a little high. He tipped it right over the head of Babin, right into the hands of Forrest, who got the ball out to the 37-yard line.
Nice 7-yard gain on first down.
So Abram, who was in a shotgun the entire first half, goes under center this time. Hands off to Falvey. Falvey's going to get out to the 39-yard line.
Parr, Babin, and Menrath. Man, that front line's played well tonight, and both those inside linebackers.
And it's going to be a first down for Christian County. So how many first downs did they have in that first half?
3.
3, so they get their 4th of the evening. And they have trips going left. One receiver right on the short side. Abram hands off to Falvey. Gets through the first line of defenders. Gets down up to about the 44. And here comes that running attack we were talking about last year, Darren.
Yeah, good tackle there by Andrew Dupes, too. So, yeah, the little quicker handoff, and I think we'll see him pass a little quicker, too. There's so much pressure by the Centurion front 4 in that first half. Trying to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands a little bit quicker, either on those quick handoffs or quick throws.
4-yard gain, make it 2nd and 6 for the Colonels. Trips to the left. Forrest, Douglas, and Davey are out to the left this time. Hand off to Falvey again.
Big
finds a hole.
Another real big hole.
That was a different running back, not Falvey. That was Austin Hall, a junior. And he's going to get to the 50 for another first down for the Colonels.
Good kick out block on the right-hand side there for the Colonels. Opened up that hole, and he squirted through there quick to pick up that first down. 2 straight first downs here for the Colonels. They got something going.
Austin Hall stays in the backfield for the Colonels. Abram under center. Hands off again, and boy, man. I'm telling you, reading that one was Braden Babin.
Yeah, and Dupes. I mean, they both hit him at the same time. Dupes went low, Braden went high. Braden went high, and man, he made contact hard, too.
He almost beat the ball, too. So it's going to be a 1-yard loss, make it 2nd and 11. Ball at the Christian County 49. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. This has been the same formation, except Abram goes back to his shotgun. He's coming back under center. Hall's in the backfield. Quarterback sneak. Read well by Dupes and Babin. Braden Babin both in there on the tackle. Ball gets across to the 49 in the Christian Academy territory, a 2-yard gain.
Long third down here.
So 3rd and 9 for the Colonels. Young goes out, Baskin back in for the Centurions. Davey, Forrest, and Douglas out to the left. Coleman on the right. Back to pass, looking. Here comes the pressure. He's going down. Centurions taking him down for a sack. Jake Taylor on the delay comes flying in. I tell you, Centurion's secondary is doing a great job of coverage,
yes, they are.
giving that line and linebackers time to get in there. A punting situation for Christian County. Ball's at their own 49. Luke Leeper, who has over 90 yards of return yardage already tonight, sets up at his own 20. Hayes in to punt. The ball is up. They kick away from Leeper this time. They kick it out of bounds, so Leeper won't return it. Probably one of the smartest moves they've made tonight so far.
Yeah, great job. So Colonels come out, had made some adjustments, actually picked up 2 first downs. They were looking pretty good. Those quick handoffs up, had a couple of nice blocks, but then Centurion defense holds, gets the ball back, and now here we go see the Centurion offense coming out, I guess, for the second time this half.
Centurions take over on their own 25, a 26-yard punt officially. 5:06 to go in the third quarter, 22-0 Centurions with the lead. Connor Masters in at quarterback. At the controls last week against South Oldham, he's going to do a pitch out to Babin on the right side. Babin cuts it up. He's going to get across the 30, still churning up to about the 32. Great run by Babin. 31 is where they're going to mark it, make it a 6-yard gain.
A little slow getting up. He got someone landing on his foot there, so hopefully he's all right. Get back into the huddle.
He takes a beating, man, because he doesn't stop when he gets hit. He just keeps going and keep getting hit.
Churning.
Masters moves under center. He's got Leeper to the right, Guerin and Mays to the left, Babin in the backfield. Masters play action, rolls right, got some room. He's going to keep it. He's going to get the first down and get out of bounds.
Nice run.
Crosses the 40 to about the 43. We did not see that from him last week, and we got a flag in Christian County territory past the 50, way away from the play. So it could have been some after the play altercations going on.
Oh, holding on the Colonels.
Holding on Christian County.
Holding is the call against the Colonels.
So we'll see if the Centurions take the penalty or decline it. So they're going to decline the penalty, and they get it to the 40. I thought Masters had gone to about the 43, but they say the 40 is a first down nonetheless for the Centurions. 1st and 10 at their own 40, 4:16 here in the third quarter. Mays and Guerin to the left this time. Leeper on the short side to the right. Masters in the shotgun. Looks out to the left and leads his man just a little far, trying to go for Harrison Zimmer out in the flat. Just let him a little too far. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, they ran that same play on the last series and came back to it this time, but both times the Colonels have been all over it. They've read it very well both times. I think we need to get it downfield a little bit. I like to see them stretch the defense. We haven't done that since first play of the game.
Colonels 0-1 coming into this game. Got beat by Caldwell County last week. 15-19, 14-19 was the score. Masters under center with Zimmer in the backfield. Hand off to Zimmer. Got a hole on the right side.
Good pick up there.
Taken down after about a 6-yard gain, though. Tackle.
He came out of that position pretty quick, made his cut up the field. Came in behind the block, right on the hash mark, and then able to pick up, like you said, a good 6 yards.
Make it 3rd and 4 for the Centurions.
3rd and 4.
A lot of options here at 3rd and 4.
Leeper goes right. Guerin and Mays to the left. Masters in the shotgun. Has Zimmer just to his left. So gets it out quickly, first down. But right at the first down marker. Good job by Leeper knowing where he had to go to. Great quick pass by Masters. It is a first down for the Centurions.
Nice job. He did that a couple times last week, Mike. Luca knew exactly where the chains were. settled down, made some good catches. I believe he did that at least twice last week.
1st and 10 for the Centurions right at midfield at the 50. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Centurions taking their time, eating some time off the clock, and making a consistent drive. Masters under center, Zimmer in the backfield. Zimmer gets the handoff, breaks one tackle behind the line, and gets back to the line of scrimmage before about 3 or 4 Colonels bring him down, including Darius Kelly.
Yeah, it was almost 2 waves there. He got past the first wave. They got a big push from that Colonel line. They were in the backfield. Zimmer somehow got through that, but then linebacker sitting there waiting on him.
2nd and 10 for the Centurions. Mays and Guerin out left again. Leaper to the right. Master sets up in the shotgun this time. Back to pass, looking at Leaper. He's going to throw it long. He's got him behind everybody and can't make the catch. Leaper is looking at the inside, and the ball comes on his outside. Incomplete on the pass. Make it 3rd and 10.
Thought we had a shot there. That was good. We've been needing that for a little bit just to get those guys looking around just a little bit there on the defensive side.
So that's like we've thrown to Leaper once long, throw to Mays long, but everything else kind of been contained inside. But 3rd and 10. He's loosened up the defense a little bit now. Masters drops again, looking.
Getting a lot of pressure.
Gets out of the pressure, running to his left, flies it down, just almost thrown out there. It would have been a great play. Thrown to Leaper, led him just a little bit too far. What a great pass. Rolling to his left. Had some zip on the ball, just couldn't quite get it to him.
I like how Connor kept his head up as he was coming out of there. He got a lot of pressure right up the middle, was able to roll out, and then at least give it a chance for a completion.
4th down, Sabatino end a punt. Ball at the 50.
Only a 2nd punt tonight for the Centurions.
Sabatino sets up about the 38-yard line.
Sabatino.
Pollard back. Whoa. High snap. Sabatino gets off a short, high kick that's going to hit.
Way out of bounds.
And go out of bounds. It'll be about an 18-yard punt once they set it. Let's see, they're going to set it at the 35-yard line. Make it a 15-yard punt for Sabatino. And Christian County will take over on their own 35 with 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. Centurions up 22-0. Mike Botello, Darren Long with tonight's action.
I'm glad you're listening tonight. Also, you can catch everything on Twitter as well. Hopefully you're following Cal Athletics on Twitter at Cal Athletics and Centurion AD. Get all kinds of updates for all the varsity sports.
Abram under center. Falvey in the backfield. And the ball never got hiked, but we saw a bunch of Christian County players, especially on the right side, the right guard, right tackle, take off. That'll be offsides. Make it 1st and 15.
Still seeing a lot of flags thrown in this game.
How many penalty yards were there in that first half? Do you remember?
Between the two teams, I know it was 14 penalties, and I believe between the two teams it was over 160 yards.
So not a very pretty game from a standpoint
kind of stuff you'd like to see cleaned up. You know, you expected a little bit of that in the first game, but you'd like to see that kind of cleaned up here in the second.
Abram under center. Takes the snap, drops, looks like he was going to pass. Now he keeps. And he is grabbed from behind to slow him down before about 2 or 3 other Centurions come up.
I believe that was Baskin that got him from the backside first, and then 3, 4, 5 guys all in there. Good sportsmanship there, too. Everyone kind of getting up out of the pile, kind of giving each other a pat on the back of the helmet.
Down to about the 33-yard line. Make it 2nd and 12 for the Colonels.
2nd and 11.
Abram goes under center again as he has the entire second half. Hand off to Falvey. Will Parr has not let him come back the other way. Will Parr stayed at home.
Great job from that defense. Man, he's had a big night tonight.
Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Christian County, a team we saw pass a ton in that first half, kind of going with the run game now. Centurions have been up to the challenge. One big pass play earlier in this half. We'll see if Centurions can hold and force a punting situation here. Abram goes to his shotgun. He's got trips to the left, one to the right. Back to pass. Here comes pressure. And he's not.
Oh, he got
somehow
out.
Breaks
Another
the tackle.
good tackle.
But who's there to bring him down? Will Parr with yet another tackle. He does get about a 3 or 4 yard gain out to the 37, but it'll be 4th and 8 for Christian County. Great pressure by the Centurions.
Yes, it was. Coming up and had a delayed blitz as well, and then made that pocket collapse down. And he did kind of squeeze through there, but there was Babin to bring him down again. Nice job.
That brings us to the end of the third quarter of play. Centurions remain 22-0.
Well, Mike, we mentioned about following Cal Athletics on Twitter. Get all updates every night, as the games go on, so that's awesome. But also, Cal's online newsletter, the E-News, allows fans, parents, and supporters of Cal Athletics to keep up with the latest news in Cal sports. E-News is distributed weekly and includes sports from elementary, middle, and high school from all Cal's Kentucky campuses. If you have questions, please feel free to contact us at enews@caschools.us, or you can subscribe by visiting our website at caschools.us/Centurion-Athletics. Centurion Armory is Cal's retail store with a full line of clothing, accessories, and merchandise from every Centurion fan. The Armory is open Tuesday through Fridays from 2:30 to 4 o'clock until 7 o'clock at all home football games, including next 2 weeks. Tell you, Mike, one of the nice things that we'll consider playing at 11:30 at night is we get to see some scores.
Well, tell us those scores, will you, Darren?
All right, well, we got a chance real quick. Just some games that we'd be interested in. South Odom wins over Eastern Night 49-7 as Eastern we play next Friday night.
Leaper back for is that Leaper in there? Or we got another, I think Gage Guerin is back for the punt. It is Gage Guerin. He's going to take it. He fumbles it at the 28, picks it back up across the 30, 35, 40.
Watch this speed.
He's got
right
some
here.
room. He gets across midfield. No flag.
Nice and clean.
We thought there was a flag. We do have a player down for the send up. He gets up. Zimmer was down for a minute, but got right up. So the ball's going to be at the 47 of Christian County. He took that ball, what do we say, about the 28?
Yep.
So about a 45-yard or 25-yard return for Guerin. That young man, you said it, Darren, he has got some speed.
Tell you, once he gets going, he is quick.
Stirring ball. Sabatino back in the game. The Babin backfield. Play action. Sabatino looking
long.
to throw. Lets it up in the air. He's got a man behind everybody. It's Guerin. Touchdown.
Nice job. Great job.
Sabatino, a 47-yard touchdown pass to Gage Guerin, who was behind two Christian County defenders.
Tell you, Guerin is quick. There's not too many people who can hang with him, especially one-on-one. He pulled man on him and the safety, outran them both, got behind him. Good throw there by Sabatino. Guerin actually had to slow down just a step or two. That's how far out in front he was to make that touchdown.
Sabatino, his second touchdown pass of the year. Barrickman in for the extra point. Masters is the holder. Ball's down, kick is up.
Ooh.
Almost got blocked, but he still gets the kick away, and it's good again. And Centurions go up 29-0 against Christian County. What a play by Sabatino to Guerin.
Well read. Faked the handoff, set back there. Pocket was well formed for him. Made a nice high throw. Of course, as we said, Guerin was behind two Christian County players. Took a step to slow down, caught it, made good contact, and then stepped into the end zone. Nice play.
That was a one-play drive over 47 yards. It took 11 seconds. So Centurions will be kicking off here. Once again, Darren just told you, Eastern next week's Centurion opponent loses to South Oldham. Last week's Centurion opponent. But Centurions have Eastern next week at home, 7:30 start. That will be followed by another 6A opponent the following week. First time ever the Centurions have faced the Ballard Bruins.
Yep, and if you haven't heard, that game is moved to Tzatziki Field at Cal, so because Ballard's having some issues with their stands, but Ballard did play Mel tonight, lost to Mel 41-14.
So the Centurions have Eastern at home, Ballard at home, then on the road with what is going to be a very, very tough game against the number 1 4A team. Right now, Centurions are number 1 in 3A. Boyle County Rebels, number 1 in 4A. Both those teams could be matching up as number ones here in about 3 or 4
that'd
weeks.
Be a huge early, or mid-season, I guess you call it, matchup between two number 1 teams in the two classes, and I'd expect a huge, loud crowd down at Boyle County.
Kicking off for the Centurions is Barrickman. Douglas and Pollard are back for Christian County. Barrickman approaches the ball. Nice kick this time. Douglas is going to take it at the 11. Comes back to midfield. He's going to run into a few Centurions. The first one to get to him is Sutherland. I tell you, we have talked Sutherland's name, especially on special teams.
He's played
been on every
great
tackle.
job tonight, yeah. Do you have a flag? May have maybe a face mask, if it's one of those kind of unintentional 5-yard ones.
Well, I don't want to jinx the Centurions, Darren, but I got to say, it's been 7 straight quarters of shutout football. Going for 2 straight games of shutout football, this defense has been so superb so far this year.
Well, to be this disciplined this early with this many new guys stepping up into starting rows is very impressive.
Christian County will get the ball on their 20 after that 5-yard penalty. 1st and 10, 11:25 to go in the game. Centurions with that last touchdown up 29-0. Abram in at quarterback, goes back to the shotgun with Falvey on his left. We have not seen LeRae Coleman at running back since the first half. Abram back to pass, looking to the right. Here comes pressure. He finally gets it away to Falvey, and it is still an incomplete pass. Should be an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
It wasn't a backwards pass. It wasn't a lateral.
No, he was a good 5 yards in front of him when he threw that ball. I'm not sure why they didn't blow the whistle immediately.
They're saying it's a live ball. They got it placed at the 19.
Lost yardage on that.
I don't understand that call.
No, I don't get that one.
So a completed pass, just because it's in the backfield doesn't mean it's still in play. It's got to be thrown behind him, and that definitely wasn't. Great pressure by the Centurions, 3 of them knocking Abram down right as he passed the ball. Abram back to pass again, looking long. Got him going for a man, completed pass.
Reached behind him, yeah.
Good catch by Coleman. That is Cameron Coleman, who had the long completion earlier in the game. That gets the ball out to the 38-yard line, a 19-yard reception. 1st and 10 at the 38 for Christian County.
Ball at the Colonel 38-yard line.
Falvey still in the game in the backfield with Abram. Falvey gets it. Hits the hole quickly. Gets some yardage before he's brought down by Dupes. Gets across the 40 to the 42-yard line. About a 4 or 5 yard gain. 4-yard gain. Make it. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Second and 6 from the 42.
Abram takes the snap, looking to throw. He's going long. He's going to overthrow his
high.
man. Going out there for Coleman again. Covered out there by Nate Dobbs. Nate Dobbs, a good game tonight.
Well, even on that play, what he did, he forced the receiver to the inside to squeeze in there with that's Sutherland back there? Yeah, Sutherland. And they wanted to make the throw to the outside, so Dobbs forced the receiver inside. Great job there. Good footwork.
Third and 6 for the Centurions. Abram takes it. Here comes some pressure. Goes across the middle. Throws behind his intended receiver. That was Forrest. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for Christian County. It looks like they're going to punt.
Once again, good defense there by the Centurions on that series. In a couple of different ways. Good pressure on that screen. Good jobs by Sutherland and Dobbs on the outside, squeezing a receiver. And then good coverage right there in the middle of the field.
Leaper back for the Centurions this time. He's at the 26-yard lines where he sets up. Hayes sets up at the 30.
That's block. Oh.
And that is, I cannot believe that didn't get blocked. He took a long time to get that. Leaper makes a great catch, gets around one defender, runs out of bounds on the far side.
I had no idea how he got that punt off.
I don't know
either.
If
it went under his arm. I don't know what happened there.
Hayes fumbled the ball a few times. The Centurion was in on him. And I think you're right. I think he kicked it under his arm. So Leaper with about a 10-yard return gets the ball out to the 38-yard line. That's where the Centurions will take over.
All right, here they come to the line.
9:14 to go here in this game. Centurions up 29-0. Sabatino at the helm in the shotgun, looking to pass, throws it out quickly. Finds Leaper on the left side. He's taken down on the far side by Pollard. Out of bounds about a
good pickup
8
there.
or 9-yard gain. Oh, they're going to mark it at the 47.
Yeah, that was a good pickup.
9-yard gain for Leaper. Leaper with some serious all-around yardage
he's played
tonight.
well. Yeah, he had a great game last week. He's playing even better tonight.
Kevin King splits to the left side this time. Leaper and Guerin to the right. Sabatino hands off, fumble. And that's going to go over to Christian County. It didn't look like Zimmer ever got a handle on that ball.
Well, I think big number 50, Darius Kelly, knocked it out of there, actually. He reached it back with his hand. I believe he got it on there as the handoff was being made. But definitely a fumble there and recovered by the Colonels.
A.J. Harvey with the recovery. So with 8:22 to go, Christian County is going to have the best field position they've had for a while as they take over on the 47 of Christian Academy. Abram goes under center. He has Falvey in the backfield. He's going to pass throw. Throws it out quickly.
Good
has
catch.
his man
Oh,
Coleman.
my
Coleman
gosh.
takes a shot from Sutherland. Wow, Guerin had him by the legs, and he stood up straight. And, I mean, Sutherland just said, how do you do, and knocked him to the ground. But a 9-yard pickup for Coleman. Nope, it's going to be.
Oh, they called a flag on Sutherland.
Oh, a flag on Sutherland.
See, I don't. See, he
said
didn't
hitting
hit him
in
on
the
the
head.
head. I didn't think he did. I thought he really just used his hands and kind of hit him in the upper shoulder pads. I mean, he could have really just laid into him.
So that's going to put the ball after it was actually a 10-yard pass play, and that moves the ball on the penalty all the way up to the 22. So Christian County on the move here. Abram in the shotgun. Back to pass. Here comes some pressure. Brings it back down. Should be
I think he
incomplete.
caught
That
that.
ball hit the ground.
I think they're calling it a catch.
Wow, they are. From my angle, it looked like a short hop from the incomplete
now they're
pass.
saying
Now they're
incomplete.
saying they hit the ground.
Yeah, we had the best advantage, actually, but,
Once again, they're listening to us up here, Darren.
well, good communication between the inside and outside ref there. They talked about it.
So a nice catch by the receiver. Took it just like a shortstop in baseball in that short hop. Trips to the left. One receiver right. 2nd and 10 for Christian County. Back to pass again. Throws incomplete, in and out of the hands of Coleman, Cameron Coleman. He caught that ball on the run. He would have had some yardage there, been able to hang on to it.
Good slant there. He just kind of had his hands kind of low, and just couldn't quite hang on to it as he made his next step.
Abram a little slow getting up.
Took a pretty good shot there at the end.
So make it 3rd and 10 for this Colonels team.
Definitely think they're in 2-down territory no matter what.
Back to pass.
Going
throw
high,
it long.
deep.
Got his
Got a
man
man.
incomplete. Overthrew him. Would have been a very good pass going for Forrest. It was going to be right at the sideline if he could catch up with it, but he couldn't. So that's going to make it 4th and 10. They have been very close on a number of plays.
Oh, they have, yeah. I think this is another one of those teams that's going to get better as the season goes on.
So ball's at the 23 of Christian Academy, 4th and 10. You call up a blitz here, Darren?
Well, here's the deal. You want to get them off the field here and keep that shutout, and they're coming with a 2-man blitz. Good
right
catch.
Across the middle.
Got to make
catch
a tackle
by
here.
Douglas. Great tackle
Good
by
job.
the Centurions.
Is that Guerin?
Guerin with a great tackle. He wouldn't let go. And coming in to finish it off was Nate Dobbs again, and Centurions are going to take over for downs.
Good call. As you said, it was a good time for a blitz. They blitzed both inside linebackers, Babin and Taylor. Good, as you said, good job by Dobbs and Guerin. Hang on, make that tackle.
So Centurions are going to take over on their own 17-yard line.
There's
7:25 to go in the game. Time for one of those long drives by the Centurions.
Nice, yeah.
Let's keep that clock going so we can go home. You know, all the players are just coming off their class retreats this weekend, too.
Yeah, I bet it's been a long day. Seniors have been out for 2 days, and the underclassmen all day today.
Sabatino in at the controls. Takes the hike, hands off to Zimmer, who's back in the game. He jitterbugs left and right. It's going to get about a 2-yard gain, all said and done.
We got a Colonel's player down holding his wrist. See that Byron G? Not sure what happened, but he went down pretty quick.
So did you give it a sales score earlier? I did not hear, Darren.
Yeah, no. So we mentioned South Odom beating Eastern 49-7. Ballard losing to Mel 41-14. Later in the year, on October 11th, we'll be playing DeSales. They went up and played Butler today, another 6A team. Beat them 37-8. Beat them pretty handily. Got up on big on it at halftime. And then the only other score we have of a team that we're going to play is Western Hills. We play them October 25th. They lost to Franklin County tonight, 55-6. A couple of our other district foes that are new this year, a lot of them are playing tomorrow. So I have a lot of those kind of bowl games going on here at the beginning of the season. Good to see that young man up. So mentioned this week, a couple other, actually this would be next week. Easter will be playing Bullitt Central. Henderson County will be at Madisonville, North Hopkins, South Odom. Am I reading this wrong?
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Christian County is playing Henderson County. Is that correct? Okay. So Christian County is playing Henderson County tonight.
Christian County is playing Henderson. That's wrong in there. Henderson County next week because they're playing us tonight.
Oh, that's true. All right, I'm just going to give up on this spreadsheet.
It's a bad sheet.
Let's talk about the football game.
Okay, back to pass to Sabatino. Delayed pass completed, ball out. Was he down? Zimmer was down. They're ruling him down. The ball was out free, recovered by Christian County, but it was after Zimmer was down.
Yeah, a good inside screen there and picked it up. I guess it was just right there at the end. Got to hang on to this ball. It is getting a little moist out here.
That happens at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Or midnight, whatever time
or whatever
it is.
Yeah. Midnight here, it's
3rd and 3 for the Centurions. Sabatino's got Zimmer just to his right. Back to pass, quick pass, got it completed. Ball should be incomplete. Out to Guerin, took a big hit by Douglas.
That would have been a first down, though.
That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Centurions and probably a punting situation.
Yep, bringing out the punt team.
So we're at 5:56 to go in the game. Centurions made it out to the 24-yard line, 7 yards on that series.
Sabatino back to punt.
Sabatino back to punt. Pollard back to receive just on the Christian County side. Sets up at the 46-yard line. Sabatino's setting up about the Centurion 10-yard line. Ball is in the air, off to the right. It's going to hit at the 46, take a Centurion roll into Christian County territory. It'll be down at the 44, 43-yard line. That's where Christian County will take over.
Well, we didn't get a chance last week, but do have all the varsity sports now planned. See if we can get a couple updates here. Field hockey's now sitting 3-1-1 as they begin the season. They had a celebrated 10-0 victory on Tuesday night versus Seneca. They're traveling this weekend to St. Louis. They've been going down there for quite a while for the Gateway Classic, so good luck to Cal Field Hockey. Volleyball started the season 1-4 with some tough competition. They did get their first win this season against Shelby County, but fell the following night to Lafayette High School. So they'll be on the road next Tuesday at Sacred Heart and back home Thursday night next week against Providence over in Indiana.
1st and 10 at the 43 for the Colonels. Abram in the shotgun, rolls to his right, looking to throw, looking, gets it out. Incomplete.
Yeah.
Good coverage out there by Guerin,
I believe
that
that's
side.
Guerin, yeah.
Pass was intended for Cameron Coleman, incomplete pass.
Broken up by 23, Guerin. 2nd and 10 for the Colonels, up to 43.
Again, Centurions back in action at home next week as they host the Eastern Eagles. And then Ballard Bruins the following week. 2nd and 10, Abram in the shotgun. Back to pass, throws it out, incomplete. There's going to be a receiver screen on the right side. Going out there for Amarian Davey, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Centurions.
Defense still playing just as strong right now here deep into the fourth quarter as they were in the first half.
Abram takes the snap, hands off to Falvey, and he is going to run in. Who'd he run into there?
Minrath first? Nope, 62.
Ran in.
That was Jacob Hyman.
Jacob Hyman just stood him up and threw him down. So that's going to bring up a 4th down situation, and in comes the punting unit for Christian County.
4th down and 6.
Gage Guerin goes back for the Centurions.
23, Gage Guerin. Back to receive the punt.
Hayes in the punt. He's at the 35. Gets it off.
That one got blocked.
That one is blocked by the Centurions.
Way down there.
Dupes with a block.
Oh, he couldn't keep his feet.
Dupes with the block. It goes all the way back to about the
Baskin with the recovery.
10, and Baskin gets it and gets tripped up at the last second and trips down to the 6. I was about to say it's going under the arm again, and Dupes got in there to block it.
So close last time. This time he gets it. That's 2 tonight. Another big play there. Baskin, I thought he had a chance to pick it up. He should have got kind of tripped up a little bit there. Ended up at, what's that look like, about the 7-8 yard line?
On the 7, 1st and 10 for the Centurions.
Great special teams tonight.
Leaper with a punt return. 2 blocked punts.
We do have some kind of call here.
So I did not see that. Was that another personal foul against the Centurions?
No, I don't believe so. I just don't remember that call.
But it's going to be on the 22. It gets moved a 15-yarder. Puts it back to the 22, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I missed the call on that too, Mike.
Leaper to the left. Guerin and King to the right. Sabatino in at quarterback. Zimmer to his right. Looking left. Now he's going to lob it in the air. Leaper's got a touchdown.
Oh, nice job.
Leaper jumped above. He was being guarded out there. Pollard was out there.
I think he's a little excited
along with Ford, and he takes a 22-yard touchdown pass from Sabatino.
Loved how he went up over 2 defenders there. That ball, it was his, and he wanted it. He went up and got it, took it, kept his eyes on it, came down the end zone. Nice play. Great game tonight by Luke Leeper.
Barrickman in for the extra point. Masters is the holder. Ball's down, kick is up. Whistles are blowing. Offsides against Christian County. So that was a one-play drive that took 10 seconds and covered 22 yards.
Great play. Good throw, too. Got to mention that as well.
So the Centurions held scoreless in the third quarter. Have come back with 2 touchdowns here of the passing variety in the fourth quarter.
That was a dead ball. Foul against the Colonels unsportsmanlike.
Wow. Unsportsman against the Colonels.
So it's half the distance. Now, Mike, I'm thinking back about that other call. I'm wondering, can you advance a block punt once it's recovered?
You must be. We have both times. At least tonight, I guess you can.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know what that call was earlier.
There wouldn't be a penalty even if it wasn't. It would just be a dead ball where the punt went. So Centurions get half the distance. That means this extra point now is an 18-yard kick for Barrickman. Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. So Centurions go up 36-0. With 4:23 to go.
Another great job by the special teams. Well, we got a chance. Mike mentioned field hockey and volleyball. Let's mention a couple of these fall sports they got going. Boys soccer sitting at 3-3. Posted 2 wins and 1 loss this week with a 1-0 shutout last night against Central. Girls soccer, man, this is a story that's starting to really sweep across the state a little bit. They're sitting at 3-0 with 2 ties. They're having a fantastic season, currently ranked number 5 in the state. The Lady Centurions maintain their undefeated status with 2 ties this week against Assumption and Dunbar. They'll be back in action and home next Thursday versus Providence at 7:30. Come out and watch this talented team. Actually, a good write-up today by on Coach John Zutt in the Courier-Journal as well.
We are back to action here almost. It is Pollard and Douglas back for Christian County. Barrickman in to do the kicking for the Centurions.
Douglas and Pollard back deep for the Colonels.
Barrickman approaches the ball. Kick is in the air. It is going to be a short one. Going to be taken on the second bounce by Pollard this time at the 18. Gets around a couple of tackles. Does a nice spin move, still going.
Up.
Finally gets across the 35, so nice return by Pollard, showing he's still playing hard in this game.
Mike, we want to mention some of our other football teams, too. Let's not forget our youth football teams. They're having a great season, good start. Our first and second and third and fourth football teams are both started the season 3-0. Great job. Fifth and sixth grade teams 2-1. And I love seeing some of the write-ups in the e-news and things like that. Just a great group of coaches out there building the program. And I tell you, we've been around this program a long time, and a lot of the success that we're now tasting at varsity is because of some of the things we did with the youth program several years ago.
We have 3:28 to go in the game. Centurions up 36-0. Abram takes the snap, hands off to Falvey, and he's going to be knocked at the line. I'm not sure who knocked him, but he knocked him backwards, and he just fell to the ground and went down. It's going to be a 1-yard loss. Back to the 36-yard line.
Second and 11 from the 36.
Austin Hall in the game at the running back position now for the Colonels. The Colonels just kind of like walking all over the field as they get the call.
I was just thinking the same thing. They're not in a big hurry.
They're not in a big hurry, kind of just going through the motions here. Watch him break a big one here as we say that. Abram takes the snap. He's going to throw this one outside to Douglas, and he is wrapped up quickly by Guerin.
Yeah, well read there.
That's going to get him back to the original line of scrimmage, make it a 1-yard gain.
Gage Guerin with the tackle.
Third and 10 for the Colonels. We're down to 2:10 and counting here in this game at Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I'm going to tell you, this is a beautiful stadium. This is a stadium owned by the city. It's a community stadium used by Christian County and Hopkinsville. But, man, there are soccer fields around here, a nice track here, a great press box.
Yep.
The key to every football stadium, a great press box.
Well-marked restrooms.
Yes. Hand off again, this time to Hall, and he's going to be slowed down by Babin and brought down. But they're going to give Babin the tackle. A knee hit, so it'll be 4th down. They're going to bring in the punting unit, it looks like.
Yeah.
4th and 6.
That's probably just about do it. We get this punt, field it cleanly, come out, run 1 play, 2 plays, we'll be done.
Gage Guerin in to take the punt.
23, Gage Guerin back to receive the punt.
Hayes at the 31. Guerin sets up the Centurion 29. This ball is going to take a bounce and bounce right out of bounds. So Centurions will take over. Well, I'm not sure where they're going to mark that one.
We won't even take a snap.
Yeah, it's a running clock.
So we have 38 seconds to go here.
Let's see where they start the play clock when he blows his whistle. It's going to be close.
If the Centurions do get a snap off, and
at this point,
they don't have to. They haven't even started the clock. It looks like the Centurions are going to just take a snap and take a knee. Sabatino goes up under center. Great job by this offensive line tonight. Sabo takes a knee, and that's going to do it. And the Centurions are going to come away. They're going to go to 2-0 on the season. The Cal defense throws their second straight shutout. The Centurions come away with a 36-0 victory. We'll be back in a minute to recap tonight's contest.
I'll give you a heads up.
Welcome back to Christian Academy Louisville football. Centurions come away with a 36-zip win over the 5A Christian County Colonels. This game started with the defenses really taking charge until the last play of the first quarter, and it wasn't the offense that scored. It was the Cal special teams, which did a great job this evening. In that first quarter, there were 2 turnovers, one an interception thrown by the Centurions, then a blocked punt by the Centurions. But on this punt that we're talking about now, the Centurions had the return of the night. A 57-yard punt return by Luke Leeper to end the first quarter, put the Centurions up 6-0. And then after 2 offside penalties, the Centurions... Sorry, we're trying to get our cameras correct here. After 2 offside penalties by the Centurion, or by the Colonel, Centurions decided not to go for the single extra point, but go for 2, and Babin went over for a successful 2-point conversion and put the Centurions up 8-0 at the end of the first quarter. The defense came through the next time Christian County had the ball to open the second quarter, forcing a fumble by Babin, and Centurions took over on the Christian County 14-yard line, and 4 plays later, Sabatino hit Babin with a 6-yard touchdown pass, and Barrickman came through with the extra point to put the Centurions up 15-0. On the next series by Christian County, Nate Dobbs had an interception, but Centurions couldn't do anything with it and had to punt. Defense then forced a punt on Christian County. Centurions, after another great return by Leeper, took over on the 33-yard line of Christian County, and 7 plays later, it was a 1-yard run by Harrison Zimmer, his second touchdown of the year. Extra point was good. Centurions came into halftime with a 22-zip lead. Cal started with the ball in the third quarter, but he had a first down but couldn't do anything else. Turned the ball over on downs at the Christian County 29, and after 2 first downs, Christian County was forced to punt. Centurions took over on their 25, but then they were forced to punt. Christian County then got the ball. They turned it over on downs to the Centurions, who took over on the Christian County 47-yard line. And 1 play later, a 47-yard touchdown pass from Sabatino, his second of 3 on the evening, to Gage Guerin, put the Centurions up 29-0 with the extra point. Then it was a punt by Christian County, a fumble by the Centurions that Christian County recovered. They recovered on the Centurion 47, got all the way down to the Centurion 17 before they turned it over on downs. Centurions were 3 and out with a punt, but then the defense held Christian County and the special teams came up again. Dupes with the block punt this time, and he blocked it about the 40-yard line. It went all the way down to about the 10. Baskin picked it up and got tripped and fell to the 6, but a penalty put it back to the 22-yard line. And on the very next play, it was a 22-yard touchdown pass from Sabatino to Leeper to put the Centurions up 35-0 with the extra point. It made it 36-0, and that is how the game ended. Darren, you have game-ending stats there?
Yeah, we sure do. Shane Weaver came through, just got me the stats, so we'll go through here real quick. First for Christian County tonight, they finished with 7 first downs, 56 rushing yards, passing tonight 12 out of 26 for 90. So they ran 50 plays tonight for 146 yards of total offense. For the Centurions, 11 first downs, finished with 87 yards rushing. Passing yards, they finished with 13 out of 25 for 132 yards. Total plays, 47 tonight for a total offense of 219. Once again, that's 219 for the Centurions, 146 for the Colonels. Penalty yards, boy, we're going to have to work on that a little bit. 9 for 85 tonight for the Centurions, 10 for 85 for Christian County. Go down here and get some of these stats for you for the Centurions. First for passing, Connor Masters came in, ran that series, but ended up 1 for 4 with 4 yards. Sabatino coming back this week, starting his first game back this season, was 12 out of 20, 128 yards, and as Mike said, 3 touchdowns against the 1 interception. Receiving tonight, we have Jorgensen with 1. Gage Guerin had 4 for 49 yards. Harrison Zimmer had, Guerin had 2 receptions for 49. Zimmer had 3 for 26 yards. Babin 2 for 6. Luke Leeper tonight finished with 6 receptions for 51 yards. Great job right there. On the defensive side, a couple of highlights. We know Mark Braden Babin mentioned played great at linebacker tonight. Finished with 8 total tackles. You had 4 each by Jacob Sutherland, Will Parr, and Andrew Dupes. They did a great job tonight. 3 by Satterfield, 3 by Dobbs. That whole defense just played great tonight. So that should do it there for statistics.
Well, Darren, they kind of put it all together tonight, but kudos again, defense, 8 straight quarters, and an overtime period of shutout football.
That's amazing. Yeah, I thought when you mentioned I'm not going to jinx it, and then they got down here.
I know, they started to drive.
I'm not going to bring it up. So, but yeah, I mean, the defense is, they're almost in midseason form. I tell you what, playing very disciplined, playing well together. That front line's getting pressure on the quarterback, stopping the run. That allows the linebackers to roam around, get inside those holes, and then I tell you, the outside or the corners and the safeties are just playing really well. Good coverage, just good technique. That's just a well-coached defense right there. Special teams, man, they got a couple shots last week that really came through tonight, as you mentioned, a couple of the block punts and return touchdown. and then the offense did what they were supposed to do. Came down here, other than one interception, one fumble, and that they really controlled the tempo.
Going back to special teams, not only did you have the block punts and the great returns, but just their coverage is so good.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I did a great job tonight. That's one thing to get off the punt and the kickoffs, but be able to get down there and keep it to a minimum really puts those offenses in tough spots and lets that defense come out and just kind of put their ears back a little bit. So good job there.
Well, Centurions go to 2-0 on the year. They extend their winning streak going back to last year to 17 straight games. And so that is a fun thing, and they'll go for 18 straight next week as they'll be hosting the Eastern Eagles at home. Hope you will be there, but if you can't make it, we will be live here on livesportscaster.com. Game time is at 7:30. We'll be on the air about 7:20, 7:25, somewhere in there. But big thanks to Clay Masters on camera for us tonight. Shane Weaver doing stats through the broadcast as he didn't make it down here on this trip.
Don't know how he does it, but he did it.
But he watched the broadcast and does stats and sends them to us. And we thank him very much for that. Darren, great to have you again,
Thanks,
buddy.
Enjoyed it.
And biggest thanks to you fans who joined us tonight. Everybody have a great Labor Day weekend. We'll see you next Friday when the Centurions host Eastern Eagles. Good night, everybody.